Welcome back to Shemsuniverse. So today guys, we're going to discuss the relation between Aries and Pisces. So Aries and Pisces are two differing zodiac signs. One is represented by Mars, and the other is represented by Neptune. So these guys, I'd give them an overall compatibility of about 29%. They don't really share that many values when it comes to the material world or the immaterial world. Their spiritual vibration is just completely different, and the way that they perceive the physical world can never be more different than these two. So let's start off with the planets. Mars is like a fiery red hued planet, rusty. It has like volcanoes. It's a very I would say it's like a war-ridden sort of planet. It represents war, upheaval, revolutions, anarchy. And then you get Neptune, which is like a blue glazed sort of planet, has a lot of high winds. It's just a very, very different sort of environment that Neptune represents, and it's a lot further away from the sun, meaning a lot less warmth. So these people, like Pisces, they're represented by Neptune. We're going to get into them further on in the astrology chapter, but they're more so on the psychic clairvoyant side. Their energy actually leaves the chakras altogether and permeates to your general aura and the getting with that connection with the infinite universe. Whereas Aries now is connected right with your root chakra, where you get that grounding in your sense of self, and in that belief with your sense of self, you believe you can manifest. So when these two join each other in an intimate relationship, this is one of those ones where they just won't understand each other completely, and it makes it sort of difficult. Reason being, Aries is all about being very direct, very masculine, very just brash with things, and a little bit, I guess I would say, arrogant. But you have Pisces that is more along the lines of feeling and connection, and more of a spiritual thing. So they want to actually feel a lot of emotion before getting involved in any sort of like sexual activity or anything to do with intimacy whatsoever. So this would become, I guess, irritating to the Aries person. So even if they do end up becoming partners, a lot of different things I can't really discuss on YouTube, such as like orgasms and different things like that, is where the problem becomes. Just because Aries is so used to getting their way by just ramming through life, they just get what they want through their sense of self. But with Pisces, they're looking beyond the Aries person's ego, and they actually want to feel their spiritual vibration to see if they mesh correctly. So these guys are like the most psychic, whereas Aries is the most physical. So literally it's just like a psychic meeting a person with super strength. They both have incredible powers, but unfortunately when they come together, it just doesn't always work that well. With that being said, if they're able to learn to trust each other more, meaning if the Aries person is able to learn that not everybody's going to have the same perspectives on life, not everybody's going to have differing opinions all the time, they're going to just be subject to change. Aries has a hard time realizing that because they're so in tune with themselves and in tune with what they want to do, that when they meet somebody like a Pisces who may not necessarily be in tune with that, they may be in tune with the universal energy of what the universe wants them to do. Those things can sometimes make their minds change. They can also be disappointed or discouraged when they go on endeavors. This is where the Aries partner would actually have an opportunity to help the Pisces person to actually see through to their objectives, instead of actually just coming at them or criticizing them, which will probably be first instinct to do. But aside from that, if they're able to learn to trust, that'd be the key component. Communicate a lot better, and then everything else should work as chemistry going forward. For business, because of the interest that both of these people have, I don't really see Pisces and Aries doing much business together. It would work probably 30% of the time. Only reason I say that is just because Pisces people are so into like healing professions or getting to know other people, interpersonal dynamics, whereas the Aries person is going to be into just getting money or getting status. They do things that are really like extracurricular, like sports or starting like a hedge fund, like doing businesses. But it's more about I guess self-actualization for the Aries person when it comes to business, whereas the Pisces person might actually be doing a business or undertaking a sort of career that's going to benefit the world as a whole, or at least benefit their general community. So that's where the differing perspectives come in again, and where there can lead to a bit of a clash. When it comes to power dynamics between the two, there's not much of a difference. Like Pisces doesn't really care about being in complete control like that, whereas the Aries does. So that might not be a fight at least, but if you guys are into the same sort of things, it could definitely work out. If not, then I don't really see it going that well. For a friendship wise, it's rare that you see fire and water signs really get along that well unless it's the Scorpios. The Scorpios get along with their fire signs because they're pretty much fire themselves. They're very, I would say, introverted but extroverted at the same time, and they're able to adapt to different people, different situations because they're the master manipulators. But for somebody like Pisces, they could be even more of a master manipulator than Scorpio if they knew how to direct their psychic energy correctly. They, for the most part, will have naturally their 7 chakras pretty balanced, but it depends, of course, on the other signs in the houses. But if you have a Pisces sun, understand that spiritual elevation is very, very likely for you in this lifetime, and you can definitely achieve it. With that connection with Aries, Aries has a very good way of helping Pisces people achieve spiritual elevation because it brings them down to their instinctive needs, their instinctual sort of cravings that they might be trying to ignore by following some sort of religion or belief system that puts those things down. You have to understand, to get a complete, experience from the world, from a physical to a spiritual, you have to engage in the physical part as well, and then engage with the spiritual, but there needs to be balance there. The Aries and the Pisces actually provide complete balance, and they're complementary in that one way, in the way that the Aries is in the complete physical realm and the Pisces in the complete psychic realm. So if they come together as friends and can actually share the things that they think, share their perspectives, it could be a very beneficial friendship, but like I said, that's very rare. Another one where I'd say that's 30 to 35% of the time that would happen. Aside from that, they just probably look down at each other for their beliefs and not really see the genius in both parties. But aside from that, guys, that should conclude the video. That does conclude everything from Aries all the way down for all 12 signs. If you guys do have any questions regarding it whatsoever, just please let me know in the comments. I'll be back tomorrow with Taurus going forward. But like I said, let me know if you guys have any questions or want me to go more in depth on anything. If you have any private questions, just hit me up on Instagram at Shemsuniverse 8.0 and I'll answer any of those there. But aside from that, guys, please like, subscribe. All that's it for today, guys. Peace.